welcome to wrestling and welcome to the Raw replay for the episode on November 12th. Started off rather weird. All the tag teams were in the ring for the Battle Royale to select the tag captains for Raw.
Yeah, because they were all selected for the match, but now they were just figuring out who's going to be captain.
Oh, so all the teams that were in are actually in the match.
Are actually in the match.
Oh, right, I didn't know that.
It was weird though, because none of these, they were just all there, weren't they? It never got like,
yeah, and
they haven't done anything for this bit.
Lucha Underground, or whatever they're called, they had 3.
Lucha Underground.
Oh, that's the actual promotion, isn't it? What are they called?
Lucha House Party.
House Party, that's it. The whole promotion of
the whole promotion was in the ring.
They had 3 members in.
Yeah. Also, it didn't make any sense, this bit, because they're all fighting and people were getting chucked out of the ring. No one knew what the rules were, no one knew what was going on, because Raw just started halfway through the match for some reason.
So what was it? If one of your members got eliminated, you
all got eliminated, but
then they didn't...
anyway, Graves was like, oh, well, Lucha House Party have got an advantage because there's 3 of them. But then you're like, not really, because if they've got 3 chances of getting eliminated, then...
Cole said that, didn't he?
Yeah.
He brought that up. But it didn't matter anyway, because Braun's music hit. I thought that he was going to win the same.
I thought he was going to enter into the match.
Yeah, like when he did for...
Mania. And bring Nicholas back.
Yeah, that's what I thought they were going to do. I was like, no.
A heel Nicholas or something.
But no, that wasn't what was happening. He just basically killed everyone. He did that chest kick again.
I know, it looks so good.
Jesus Christ.
How good is it when because he's like a big man, when all the tag teams like surround him and then he does the thing where like, and everyone goes flying even though he barely touches them.
And then he did the shoulder tackles around the edge of the ring and then he just killed everyone basically.
He just literally ruined every tag team.
He just buried the Raw tag division.
Yeah.
And he gets a chair and a mic and he goes and sits in the ring. Did he get a chair?
Yeah. Sat on it, didn't they?
He says, tonight is brought to you by the Monster Among Men. And he's not leaving the ring until Corbin comes out. Steph's music hits. Steph wants Braun on the team, but he doesn't care. So she gives in to all his demands basically. He says that he wants Corbin in a match.
Yeah, he wants a Universal title shot.
Yeah.
And then he wants Corbin in a match.
So she just caves and gives him everything.
And then he wants to pick the stipulation. That's a big wasp over there.
Wasp?
Yeah, look.
This time of year?
Skittles, yeah.
Oh yeah. Strange.
Right.
It's November and there's a wasp. Is it wasp or a bee?
It's a wasp.
Jesus, we're going to get stung.
Stinger.
Yeah, so she basically caves into all his demands. Ronda comes out. This bit was weird.
Yeah, Ronda came out. It was weird. I don't know why.
She just come down and said that she's fuming at Becky because she's been slagging her off.
Yeah.
So, but then she was like, oh, maybe I'll just take my frustrations out on Steph. She ripped the mic out of her hands when she started doing the promo. It looks like I don't have any more skills. The wasp's just gone in my Skittles pack.
Seal him in quick.
Corbin then comes down. He tries to give a pep talk to everyone, but Ronda judo flips him and walks off. Braun says he's got a new to Corbin. That was funny.
Yeah, that was funny.
It made me laugh. Because he said he's Steph's lapdog.
Yeah, it's dead like, you're Steph's lapdog, but after I'm finished with you, I'm going to new to you.
Yeah. Weird. Braun's great. I love him.
That wasp is massive, by the way.
Yeah, I know. It's distracting, isn't it?
I know.
It's going to kill us. We got Ember versus Tamina after last week's sort of revelations that Nia and Tamina are teaming now. Nia runs a distraction to stop Ember's momentum because Ember had a little bit of momentum going. Ember does a suicide dive, but she just bounces off Nia. Tamina hits a big splash and wins, and then Nia puts the boot in and she hits a leg drop on Ember after the match. Just continuing her healy stuff, and now we've got a dog. It's all going on tonight.
The distractions are everywhere.
And then we get Corey Graves in the ring, and he introduces Seth. Seth says he's not focused on Nakamura.
Yeah, said he's not bothered about Nakamura.
Yeah, he only wants Dean. That's all he's bothered about. That's all he's concentrating on. He says Dean isn't man enough to come out and face him. Dean's on the Titantron. He's sat in a car. The burning barrel next to him.
Yeah.
This was very 90s.
It was weird, wasn't it?
It was very old school. This.
Why has he got a burning barrel? Why did he set that up?
Well, he makes a big point about how the Shield made him weak, Seth made him weak, Roman made him weak.
Yeah, and said they were always like belittling him, and
Dean decides that it's time to burn it down.
And the whole of this promo, as soon as he bought that jacket, you know, when he picked up the Shield, like, suit, whatever it is, I was waiting for him to say burn it down and throw it in the fire, because it was so obvious.
Yeah, he burns his Shield gear and that's it.
It was cool though, and it was like, it's time to burn it down, and he threw it in there.
What was he saying? It's time to take the past and burn it down.
Yeah. I was like,
Then they asked Renee again about Dean. Just
yeah.
stop doing this. It's so awkward.
I don't know what he's doing.
Renee, have you got any insight into what your husband's doing? Dunno. They should, if they were going to do that, they should have at least they should have made it like that she hasn't seen him or like left or something or like.
Dunno. It's so stupid.
Kurt Angle's theme hits, but it's a ruse and it's Dolph Ziggler and Drew, and at least the record scratch makes sense.
Yeah.
For this part, it actually works.
Yeah. Because I think they do it the wrong way around, because they do the record scratch and then his music. They should do his music and then the record scratch, I think.
Well, as I say, it works when it's someone else who's like when he's doing the whole pretending to be someone else. So, or if they come out like after.
Yeah, or if they're coming out, but even when they do that normally, they come out and there's a pause in between the opponent's music, then there's a silence.
Yeah, that's what I mean. They should tack it on the end.
Straight after, like straight onto the other music, but they don't.
Drew gave a really, really good promo, I thought, about being disappointed in Kurt and how Raw is his show. And then Finn Balor comes out and interrupts, goes toe to toe with Drew on a promo. I thought he held his own quite well, promo wise. Drew says that Balor's got to go through Ziggler first for a match with him. But he said something like it kind of belittled Dolph in a way, the way that he said it.
Yeah.
I don't know if that was intentional.
Something about being best in the world, or
he said something like, "You're not on my level. You've got to go through someone like or something like that." I can't quite remember now. But he gives him a Glasgow kiss right before the match starts.
It looks so painful, doesn't it?
Yeah, it looks good, that, doesn't it? During the match, Balor hits a big dive onto both guys outside the ring. Goes for a coup de grace, but he misses. And there's a couple of roll-up reversals, back and forth. Balor wins.
Yeah, he rolls him up, doesn't he? Gets the win. They're both fuming. I presume he's going to fight Drew at some point. I was going to say, what are Drew and Ziggler doing at Survivor Series, but they're in the match, aren't they, the men's?
Yeah.
The men's
they're in the 5, yeah. I wasn't too into that match, really. Like, I didn't think too much happened to it with it.
Nah.
I think, I don't know what they're going to do long term, because as we said before, we thought they were going to do Drew versus Braun, but
doesn't look that way. It looks like Braun's going to be fighting Corbin and Drew's going to be fighting Finn, I believe. Well,
it's the way it looks, doesn't it?
By the looks of it. Personally, I think that Drew will end up fighting Corbin. No, Drew will end up fighting Balor, and then after that, I think him and Ziggler will split up.
Yeah.
Because I think they're sort of hinting not much, but like little bits, like you said.
Sowing the seeds.
So I think that'll be their next bit, and Braun will eventually win the title, maybe. But we don't know.
I don't know. We get Baron Corbin and Steph backstage with Finn. They put him in the team because of his performance. Drew and Ziggler barge in. but Steph tells them all to get along until after Survivor Series, which is what she said earlier on as well to Braun. She told him that he's not allowed to touch Corbin until after.
They've just got to coexist.
Ronda gives a good promo backstage, responding to Becky. Basically calls her like a beta male, saying that if she is the man, she's the avocado eating something or other, skinny jean wearing male. And then Nia and Tamina walk in and give kind of the sarcastic good luck, because obviously Nia's waiting in the wings for her match. Then we get Riott Squad promo. Ruby's in the ring. She does a little bait and switch fake apology promo about snapping the shades from last week. Natty jumps. You didn't watch this, did you?
Nope.
Adam's had enough of this feud.
I'm not a big or any fan of the Riott Squad.
Ruby Riott's good.
Or a fan of any of what is going on currently. Because I feel like we've seen it for the past like 27 Raws now.
Ruby Riott needs to be on her own at some point. So.
I just don't like it. So I thought, you know what?
Well, I'll fill you in.
I know it was so obvious when she was doing this whole I'm sorry, I presume, then she was going to say, oh, I'm not really.
She didn't do it as well as like Alexa and that.
Yeah.
Do it.
Alexa switches it really well.
Yeah, and Carmella started getting good at doing that as well. Yeah, Natty jumps Ruby because her music hits, so the other two run up the ramp thinking she's coming out there. She managed to jump in, but once all three of them get back to the ring, it's too much for Natty and they hit her with the heart attack. I agree, I'm not into this anymore. Also,
I'm not a massive fan of Natalia.
No, we said last week, didn't we? Yeah, it's not doing anything for Ruby Riott for me, to be honest. Then we get the tag Battle Royale take 2.
They all get entrances this time.
Did they?
Yeah, they got entrances. Although I think they started with entrances, it cut to a break and then
then they were in the ring.
Then they were all in the ring, yeah.
I didn't note down an awful lot, just a couple of points that I thought. Dawson got eliminated by like a loose boot from one of the Lucha guys. I was a bit like, that's a weak elimination. But I suppose in a way, them having a feud with Lucha makes sense because of their gimmick of no flips, just fists.
Yeah.
But to be losing to them is kind of like...
I thought the rule was stupid. That it was like, if one goes, you all
go.
But
they didn't even stick to that as well, because Dawson went, and then I think... didn't the B team eliminate?
I don't know. I know that...
it was a bit chaotic.
Yeah, it was weird because when Heath Slater got knocked out, Rhino was fighting someone, literally just stopped and walked out.
Off, yeah.
But then some of them were sticking in and some of them weren't.
Yeah, it was weird. I've nominated the team name for Rude and Gable to be Team Glorious. It's easy, innit?
Yeah.
They win. They're the captains.
Yeah, not that it really makes any difference because the captains don't actually do anything.
So all of those guys are in.
That is Team Raw.
So it's Team Glorious as I've just named them.
Yeah.
Lucha. Heath and
Rhino.
2 of Lucha, I'm assuming.
2 of Lucha.
Revival
and B Team.
B Team.
That's it.
So it's nearly a full.
That's it. 5.
It's nearly a full face team apart from Revival then.
Yeah, pretty much.
But isn't Smackdown's? Oh no. This is something else I was thinking of. We'll get to that either in this video or another video. I can't remember exactly what it was.
Yeah.
But I will have it noted down. Brock and Paul Heyman are here.
We were saying as this bit was going on that Brock does well, doesn't he? He just comes in, jumps around for 5 minutes and goes.
Yeah, crowd are chanting for AJ whilst Heyman is doing his promo. He uses Hotel California as a metaphor for something, and he tells the kids to Google it because it's a really old song. He isn't there to educate you fools or something, he says. That was good.
I thought they've actually done quite a good job of getting Brock like heat, haven't they? Because he gets booed so much now because of this, like you never see the belt and...
That's his gimmick, isn't it?
Yeah, that's like what they've done now. Which it's good because the crowd proper like booed him.
It is good in a way, but I just don't think he should have the belt.
No.
Jinder comes out.
Yeah.
Wants to help Brock focus. Says. Heyman mocks him by rolling his R's, doing the Maharaja thing.
Yeah.
Brock says, "Come on in, you should hear this." This is to Paul Heyman. "You should hear this, after all you are Jewish." I was like, what the hell? Why did they put that in the script?
I don't know. I wonder if he just said it. But
maybe they do have a playful relationship about Paul being Jewish, apparently. So
he doesn't even speak normally, does he, Brock? He don't mind. He's doing
he doesn't do a lot.
Doing a bit of the graps in the ring.
Yeah, he's earning his paycheck. Jinder tries to use the whole Shante.
Also, have you noticed that Jinder's getting over? Did you see all the people when he was doing it? If you watch the clip again.
What were they doing the thing
when
with
he's doing the like Shante, or everyone stood up in crowd going like Shante.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. I reckon it's gonna be like, do you remember when Fandango, everyone loved it? I reckon everyone's gonna start loving it. It's funny though, why is it?
Well, Brock destroys him.
Just think a year ago he was like, well, just over a year ago he was champ.
He gets a clothesline and then the Singh brothers go absolutely flying around off suplexes, nearly breaking their necks.
Also, they're both back.
Yeah. Have you seen the slow-mo clip of it?
Yeah, he lands, right, one of them lands, yeah.
It's awful.
He proper slings them about, but that's what they do, ain't it?
That's their role, yeah, to take massive bumps.
They get absolutely killed everywhere.
Yeah, they do like. Following this, we get Bobby Lashley coming out and doing his pose shtick thing where he sticks his arse out.
It's so stupid, it makes no sense.
Yeah.
It's his best pose.
Elias interrupts him, and the Seven Nation Army chant has stuck from last week. It's going to stick, it's going to be his thing. And White Stripes are my favourite band, so I like this. Yeah, everyone's going, oh, what with Elias?
He's over.
Started in Manchester, that. Elias, this was really funny by the way. Elias pretends to be on the phone to Child Protection Services, makes out that Leo rushes the kid again. He says that Lashley's being weird because he's bending over and showing his eye. It was so funny. He's getting better every week, I think, Elias. He wants pushing.
Yeah, he does.
He wants pushing to the hills. Told you he'd be a good face, didn't I?
Yeah, he did actually.
He actually loses via a count out because Leo Rush does an Ellsworth.
He goes under the ring
and holds
him. Who did he do that? Braun. And then Braun murdered him.
Yeah. So.
But this was. Am I correct in thinking, was this for the final
place
team, on Raw?
Mm-hmm.
And I before the match, I thought that to give it to Lashley because they want to try and get him on most things, don't they?
Elias goes mental after the match. He throws Leo Rush over the top rope into Lashley, and as we just said, Lashley is in the team because he won. So what does that put Raw's team on?
It is Drew,
Ziggler,
Lashley,
Braun,
Balor.
A mix of heels and faces. Last place on the Raw women's team is up for grabs, and Alexa says she's going to put Sasha and Bayley. Well, she doesn't say that, but it was obvious as hell that's what the match is going to be. Sasha comes out.
Yeah.
She said something about putting friendships aside. And
and then they were like, oh, I wonder who that could be.
Match was alright actually when it was going. There was lots of big knee spots from Sasha. Bayley does belly to belly on the ring edge. She hits the big elbow from the top rope, but Sasha gets her knees up, and then all of a sudden, all of the heel characters come in and start beating down the two face wrestlers. Alexa claims that neither of them have won, so she's going to put Ruby Riott in the team.
Yeah.
So she basically did this just to piss. It was an alright little segment, I thought.
Yeah.
We got backstage all of a sudden. Now this is where things really picked up.
Yeah.
It was quite a good ending to a Raw episode,
It was
wasn't it?
chaotic.
Cuts to backstage, and all you can hear is screaming coming from one of the locker rooms. Cameraman goes running in, and it's Ronda is in the disarm her. Becky's got her in the disarm her.
I swear they said it wasn't Ronda. I swear they said it was somebody else. It was laid down on.
What do you mean?
Like it went, oh, who she got?
Oh right, they weren't like
Yeah,
sure.
he said like the wrong person or something.
Oh, I didn't even pick up on that.
Yeah.
Yeah, Becky comes out to the ring. There's 7 of Raw's roster in there.
Becky, I don't know why, it kind of reminded me of like Stone Cold a bit.
Exactly what I think I texted Chris.
Yeah.
Proper. We were saying Becky 316 and stuff.
Yeah, proper reminded me, like, not the bit behind the scene when she was walking on the ramp.
When she was coming out.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, she's gone full Austin.
Yeah.
Definitely.
I actually, I wasn't too bothered about her, and I thought she should be
Yeah.
face, but she's not even
She's
like.
not really.
She's not even a heel.
No.
She's sort of like.
That's what Austin
Yeah.
was as well. So yeah.
I think it really
she's definitely
suits her.
she's modelling that on Austin.
Yeah,
She has to be.
I think the role suits her as well. Really, like well, the best.
She's done really well with what she's been given.
I think it's the most that I've ever liked.
Yeah, because
like,
we've never been that bothered about
No,
Becky,
we're not
have we?
massive Becky fans, but I thought like this new role, it's like.
And I think the way that Smackdown went sort of cemented her not being heel. She's like the anti-hero.
Yeah.
She's like, I guess you could say tweener because that's like the term. Isn't it? But
sort of like in between.
But I would rather call her like an anti-hero. But yeah, she comes down to 7 of Raw's roster in the ring.
They were just like laughing like,
Yeah,
come
like,
on,
yeah.
mate, get in the ring.
Bring it on, yeah.
And the rest of the SmackDown women's team snuck in through the crowd, even though
you could see Charlotte in the below the barrier.
The thing,
see her blonde hair.
The thing that gets me is they all come rushing through the crowd, don't they? And you hear the crowd go mental because the crowd can obviously see them running through, and they all just stand there and look at Becky, even though the crowd's going mental. So surely you think, oh, what could be going on here?
Yeah, I know, but that's just how it is, isn't it?
Yeah,
it's a show. Yeah, so SmackDown ladies team just goes absolutely crazy on the Raw ladies.
Yeah.
Now, Becky gets busted open.
You don't really see it on
Raw. You didn't see it, the camera cut away, so I was really confused. You saw her on the ground.
Yeah, and I thought it was like just going on with it.
You saw her on the ground and then she gets up and she goes like that and then there's blood everywhere.
Yeah,
oh my god.
Covered in blood.
So I was really confused. Ronda's music hits and she comes down. I thought Ronda was going to come and destroy, but because she'd been in the disarmer, she couldn't quite pull it off. So the SmackDown ladies are too much. They lay waste to all of the Raw ladies.
She didn't look good though, did she, Becky? After she'd been knocked down, she was a bit wobbly on her feet. And
well, yeah, I mean, when you see the way she looked on SmackDown, there's no wonder. She gets chair shots Ronda. This is Becky. Yeah, I wrote down here that she seemed to have broken her nose, but that isn't actually what happened. Apparently, it was a fractured face, basically.
Yeah, on SmackDown they said she's
basically fractured like her cheekbone.
She's broken her face. So, well, what's that mean? But I think it's like up there somewhere, isn't it?
It's like her cheek.
Because when you see it,
mangled, didn't it?
When you see it on the replay, she gets proper smacked. Like it's not a nose, it's more.
Yeah.
She gets hit there, and
she's got a massive black eye.
Yeah.
I put there as well, just after what you said, that she's gone full Austin. Steph is going mad at Corbin backstage. Typical Steph. Shouts at Corbin like he's a little boy in the head teacher's office. She says, "You better sort it out."
So the only thing for me with this segment, it felt proper like last year.
Yeah, that's the only thing. Like I was hoping that they were going to do it a little bit different, and they were going to do Team Kurt versus Team Corbin, and maybe do something different and not do it. Because, like we've said previously,
it's the only time of the year when the brands go head to head.
They make out like it's the only time of the year where they go head to head, when we know that like they've already at least gone head to head like twice.
Yeah, and
this year
they're not really head to head when they're when they're going on Smackdown and like showing like 10-minute segments of Raw and that.
Yeah, so, but that's obviously, whilst the brand split's active, at least it was the ladies. I know that they did do something with the ladies last year, but this was just all focused on the ladies this time.
Yeah, the ladies match seems to be getting quite a lot of.
There's a massive push with it at the minute.
Yeah.
But, you know, it's good, and it deserves to be in that spot. Just a couple of side notes. People have been giving Nia a lot of shit about what she did to Becky, because obviously everyone wanted to see Becky against Ronda.
Oh, yeah.
It was announced afterwards that she's not going to be at Survivor Series. And Nia's been getting a lot of shit online. And she tweeted something about, I don't know if this was like a worked tweet, like if she was trying to play along with it or not, but she was like, oh, you know, we don't work in the post office, things happen. Why aren't I getting any sympathy for my hand? And she had a photo of like her hand, and it was like a little bit swollen. So I didn't know if like she was kind of playing along, or I don't know. It seemed a bit weird. Yeah. But I've seen some people saying that she's unsafe and stuff like that, and why does she get pushed and everything? And but you know, like she said, things do happen, don't they, in wrestling, and especially in those sort of segments where it's like chaotic.
Yeah,
it's easy to understand.
Tell you what, though, I've seen so many concussions, like
recently
in the women's division.
Alexa. So you know, when it's like a chaotic, when there's like 20 people in the ring or however many there was there, you can understand why these things happen.
I presume the injury is not like major.
I think it's probably more the concussion side that's stopping her from wrestling. Because they could have put one of those masks on her probably.
Mainly because they announced she wasn't going to be in the match. And I feel like if it was anything major where like, so Alexa hasn't fought in like 6 weeks or more than that now, like nearly 3 months or something like that. I feel like if Becky wasn't going to be able to like be in a match for another 3 or 4 months, she'd have dropped the belt. And I think she'd have done it there when they announced it all. But she walked out with the belt and held the belt up, so I presume like she'll be okay.
I was going to say it'll just be it won't be too long when it should be back.
So Alexa's been out for ages with her concussion.
So let's end with our Raw rating.
I'm going to give this an 8 out of 10. I thought it was an enjoyable show actually.
Okay, quite a high rating that for a Raw. I like the stuff at the end with the girls and everything.
I like the Braun stuff as well. Getting like his demands in. And
I love Braun. I think Braun and Elias are like my two favourite.
The Drew bit was good. The Elias bit was good.
I think I'll probably go 7 out of 10 for this week's episode. It was a good episode. Yeah. And it seemed to pass by relatively quick. So that is our Raw replay for the episode of 12th of November. Make sure to subscribe so you can keep up to date with all of our videos. We are doing at least 10 a month, I think I worked it out as. If you subscribe, you'll get all of those in your inbox.
And we have got the most prestigious title there have ever been on the line this week. When we do our predictions later on.
The predictions trophy is up for grabs. Survivor Series predictions on the way. Adam has held it for 2 pay-per-views now.
I am the longest ever and only champion.
So I'm going to see if I can steal it away from him and get it on my side of the table. We will see you for our Smackdown synopsis. Goodbye.